Welcome back viewers. In today's video we will see how to install the Nvidia proprietary drivers in OpenSUSE. So first you have to open the terminal. We will be doing the terminal method. There is another method using the YAS software manager, but today we will do only the terminal method. So you have to open the terminal or the console in your system. Then you have to type this command sudo zyper add repo space double dash refresh https download.nvidia.com OpenSUSE Tumbleweed Nvidia should be in capital, so you have to properly watch this syntax. Then you have to enter the Nvidia repo will be automatically added, and you will see the URI of the Nvidia repo. It will be enabled. The JPG keys will be checked and added. It will be auto refreshed and the priority will be assigned, that is 99, which is the default priority for the OpenSUSE repos. You will receive the signing keys here. You can see here the signing keys, the key fingerprint, key name, key algorithm, key creation date, key expiry date, sub key, and RPM name of the key. After that, it will ask you whether to reject the key, trust it temporarily or trust it always. So you have to enter always. You may trust it temporarily. So what will happen is whenever you try to install any software from that repo, it will again ask you to trust the key. But if you trust it always, it will never ask you again. And the key, whenever the key will expire, it will be automatically get updated whenever the new key is available in the Nvidia repo. So I have input A, that is always trust. So it will now retrieve the Nvidia repository metadata. It will build the repository Nvidia cache. It will load the repository data. It will read the installed packages, and then it will compute the distribution upgrade, and then it will do nothing, because it will not directly install any software just because the repo has been added. You will have to give some commands, explicit commands, to install the Nvidia henceforth. Now first you have to check what video card is available. So you have to give this command lspci grep vga, so it will show you the graphics card that is installed. So I got Nvidia Corporation TU117 GeForce GTX 1650 Ti mobile revision A1, and there is an integrated graphics card also from AMD, that is the AMD ATI Rainier revision C7. Now next command is lspci grep vga, so it will also show you the same thing. I think I had done it twice. So next is lscpu grep arch, so it will show you the architecture of the graphics card. So it is the 64-bit architecture of the system, and the graphics card also should be 64-bit only. Then you can use this command hardware info space dash dash gfx card grep model. So this command is not working in my system, so we will go to the next. So here now the actual command to install the Nvidia graphics driver comes. So first you have to check which of the graphic card drivers are available in the Nvidia repo. So this command zyper sc x11 dash video dash Nvidia G0 star is the wildcard. So it will show you the drivers available in the Nvidia repo. So you can see here the Nvidia G4 32-bit, Nvidia G5 32-bit, Nvidia G6 32 bits drivers are available. Then you have to again check out zyper sc-s x11 video Nvidia G0. So it will also show you the similar output. You can see here it is showing the G4, then the G4 32-bit, G5 32-bit, G6 and G6 32-bit packages are available for installation. And one of the package Nvidia G4 is a i586 architecture, and the rest all are 64-bit architecture. Then you have to give another command, zyper space sc nvidia dash gl g0 and star. Star is the wildcard. I am again telling you once more. It will show you the graphics acceleration or the OpenGL acceleration library. So these are the packages for the OpenGL acceleration. So they have got the names GLG04, GLG04 32-bit, GLG05, GLG05 32-bit, GL06, GL06 32-bit. So the names are similar and they correspond with the names of the Nvidia driver. So if you install the Nvidia driver G04, you have to install the Nvidia GL04 OpenGL acceleration library or the acceleration setup. And if you install the Nvidia G06, you have to install the Nvidia GL G06. Otherwise, there will be issue and you might end up in a blank or black screen. So you have to be very careful, and if you are using 32-bit, you have to use the corresponding 32-bit OpenGL acceleration package or the library. Now the actual installation command comes. So you have to input sudo zyper. Here the command is sudo zyper in x11 dash video dash nvidia g06. So it will install the Nvidia driver. So it will just check the repository data, it will read the install packages, it will resolve the package dependencies, and it will make you a suggestion to install 7 recommended packages shown here. And 31 new packages are going to be installed as a dependency for the above 7 recommended packages. So these are those packages. And you can see here, it is also pulling the OpenGL drivers also, or the package or the library, you can say. 31 new packages. So you have to confirm. It will give you the summary that overall download size is 434.7 MB. Already cache is 0. After operation, additional 1.2 GB of the hard disk will be used. Continue. You have to say yes. In order to install Nvidia Compute G6 32-bit, okay, so it is just asking to confirmation. Then it will show you the Nvidia license. You have to agree with the terms and condition of the Nvidia software license. So you have to do some input of the enter keys to go down, because it reads the license 1%. Every time you give one click, it will read 1% of the license. So it will take some time to read the license. It will take some time to display the complete license. At least 20-25 strokes of the enter key will be required. And if you cannot skip this, you will have to go put the enter button at least 15-20 times. And after you agree to the license, it will start caching the packages. It will download and cache the packages on your system. So here you can see the caching process has started because we successfully agreed to the license terms and condition for Nvidia software. Then after the retrieval of the packages and caching of the packages is done, it will check for the file configs. So there are some errors, depth mode error. So the Nvidia DRM is not available, Nvidia MODSET is not available, Nvidia peer memory is not available, Nvidia UVM is not available, and Nvidia .co is not available. So these are the DKMS modules. So those DKMS modules are not available, and Nvidia DRM.co is not available. So now it will start the kernel installation. So it will start the kernel modification. It will make the kernel again, and it will include the Nvidia drivers inside the kernel. So this is the process of the Nvidia kernel. So it is making the Nvidia kernel again with the Nvidia drivers, proprietary drivers. Earlier, what happens is when you install the OpenSUSE Tumbleweed, it by default installs the Novue drivers or the open source drivers. So it is automatic process. You have to do nothing. The installer will take care of the Novio drivers. It will install and your system will be working fine. But if you want proprietary drivers, you have to use this method of the terminal installation, or you can use the YAS software manager. So after the kernel is again made, it is compiled again. It will take some time. It will take around 2 to 3 minutes based on the system performance. So here it is showing some errors also. Here you can see the default embed, all the drivers and everything, files and everything is compiled, and the system links are updated for the Nvidia proprietary driver. You can see here. So there are two methods to toggle the Nvidia proprietary drivers. You can use the Nvidia Prime method, or you can use the BBS method, that is the Bumblebee. It depends on what system you are using, because some systems the Bumblebee and the Optimus will work. On some systems the Nvidia Prime will work. So you will have to do it, either your laptop manufacturer will tell you, or you can read the user manual of your laptop or desktop, whatever system you are using, or you can consult the user forums. You will know there which method will work. I had used the Bumblebee method, so you can see here there are some methods. There are some messages for the Bumblebee. I just saw it. I will show you. Here you can see, if you want to if you want energy saving BBS switch, you should be loaded in the Intel mode. For this package, BBS switch needs to be installed on your system, or make the use of dynamic power management on Turing GPUs, or later by switching to the SUSE Prime. So SUSE Prime is method just like the Nvidia Prime. It is used in Ubuntu and Debian. So SUSE has its own method, that is the SUSE Prime. So you can install it using the terminal method, or you can install it using the YAS software manager. So I tried the BBS switch also and the SUSE Prime also on my laptop. So you can try, do some trials and errors, and you can then select the method that is working on your system. Now here you can see how after the installation of the proprietary drivers, it is automatically switching the graphics. You can see here the track code, the init RAMFS is now getting updated, and the different system modules are also getting updated. System D is getting updated here. Kernel modules extra, everything is getting updated with the Nvidia drivers. And after this, you can just confirm whether the OpenGL library is also installed. So you have to input this final command, sudo zyper in means install, nvidia-gl g06, g is capital. You have to perfectly input the syntax, otherwise the command will not work. Input your root password, then it will show you that nvidia gl g06 is already installed. So the OpenGL library has been installed. There is no update candidate also for the OpenGL G06 package, because it has pulled, when we install the Nvidia proprietary drivers, it pulled the OpenGL also automatically. So one step was reduced, but we can just input the command to install the Nvidia OpenGL packages and reconfirm whether it has been installed or not. If it is not pulled by automatically by dependency, you can install it separately like I have shown you here. So if it is not pulled earlier during the Nvidia proprietary driver installation, it will be installed by using this command. So this is it. After you do all this installation of the Nvidia proprietary driver and the OpenGL library, you have to do a reboot, and your system will work fine. In some of the laptops and desktop workstation systems, there is some issue. You might end up with a blank screen and only the pointer. So there are methods to overcome that issue, but for that you have to visit the OpenSUSE user forums. There you can find the solution for that problem. Maybe we will cover that in one of our videos. So with this, I will like to add one more comment. Based on my experience, I have found that NoView user is quite good for the day-to-day work. If you are doing any gaming, then only the Nvidia proprietary drivers are required. Otherwise, Nvidia proprietary drivers in most of the cases will create some issue or the other. And whenever you do a kernel update, you will have to reinstall the Nvidia proprietary drivers, because they are not the part of the system. NoView drivers are part of the system. They have been tested by the developers of the Linux distributions, and it forms a monolithic block within the kernel. And this Nvidia, if you install it using the DKMS method, then it's okay. The DKMS will automatically update. But if you install the Nvidia proprietary driver, it will not be installed in the DKMS, that is the dynamic kernel module. So then every time the kernel updates, the Nvidia driver will break and you have to reinstall, recompile the kernel. So sometimes even the proprietary drivers gets wiped out, you will have to reinstall the proprietary drivers, and in other cases you will have to recompile the kernel to include the Nvidia driver. So best is to use the NoView drivers for your day-to-day work. You won't miss any performance. If you are doing gaming, you use the Nvidia DKMS, that is the dynamic kernel module method. If you install the proprietary drivers just as it is from the Nvidia website, surely 100% it is going to break every time there is a big system update or the kernel update is there. And the third method is to install the Nvidia drivers from the Linux distribution repos. So we install it from the OpenSUSE repos. So this is going to work for most of the times, for the most of the cases, for the most of the users. It won't break that easily. But if you install it from the Nvidia website, that driver is going to surely break every time. So best is, if you want a hassle-free performance, you use the NoView drivers. It will be good. It will never break. And the best part is Nvidia has now open sourced the driver technology. So you will get more and more improvements in the NoView drivers, and maybe in another year or two, the NoView driver performance will get equal to the Nvidia proprietary driver performance, and the requirement to install the Nvidia proprietary driver might go away. So everybody will be happy with the NoView driver itself. So with this, I will stop the video here. See you in the next video. Thank you very much. Bye bye.